you're happy and cheery then, yeah?
I'm all right.
Ready for the Christmas extravaganza.
Won't be no extravaganza.
Ready?
Good.
This podcast may contain questionable language, will contain spoilers, and brings you a message from the big man.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 260 of MovieDrone. I'm pretty sure this episode will suck the Christmas spirit out of everyone, Steve.
I'm bringing the Christmas spirit, Marc.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Hey.
Oh, you've done like just a soundbite. That's it.
Yeah, that's my festive attempt.
Is it?
Yeah. Let's keep that one on there for next year. That's Christmas and birthdays ticked off.
Yeah, I suppose so. That's good. Yeah. So, what else can we do?
I must get a bar mitzvah one or something.
Yeah, like an Easter one.
Yeah.
But Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah.
It might be a bit early. Be good if people save it for Christmas Day, wouldn't it?
They ain't gonna, are they?
Why would you?
Did we? I think we released one on Christmas Day once.
I think so.
Yeah, I have a flashback.
And you know, it was pure luck. What's Christmas Day on this year?
Monday.
Oh, is it a Monday? Is it a work day, as I call it?
A work day, yeah. Proper day.
Yeah. There we go then. Perfect.
Last one for the year as well.
Yeah, I'm not doing one in between.
Not doing one in between. Last one for the year. You don't get one till January now.
Oh dear. I've
Happy New Year as well.
I've got to work New Year's Day and Boxing Day,
Yeah.
Christmas Day. So I've decided to have a.
You got to
little
work Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Why are you working Christmas Day?
Because I have to.
No, I've got to back up a little bit here, right? Well, have you changed jobs?
Since when?
I don't know, the last 4 months.
No. I had someone else do it last year.
Can bananas
That's right.
not sit there for a day without any issues? It's just a genuine question.
You know what
just
it
go,
is?
you know what? We'll see you all Tuesday. Ebenezer comes out and goes, you want the whole day off? Well, it is customary.
So you got to remember that it's like it's 7 days I have it before it leaves.
Yeah.
So everything that's due to go out at the start of next year, which is when everybody decides to go on a health kick and everyone buys bananas and the orders go mega. These are the ones that I need to start getting ready on Christmas Day.
Right, but can't you think, I know, I've got all these special machines where I can alter the ripening things. I'll make the first ripening day 2 days and then I'll slow it down a little bit.
It doesn't, you can probably guess a lot of it, but it's a very expensive mistake if it goes wrong.
Ain't your money though, mate, is it? Everyone should get a day off at Christmas.
Well, I'm going in for
Not everyone though, just in case of heart attack. A couple of paramedics need to work just in case.
Yeah. Well, there's a security guard where I work because I'll be the only person in the whole fucking building.
You are some kind of a mug, mate.
Well, no, it's just weird, isn't it? It's going to be a bit
eerie.
scary. Yeah, I've done it before, not on Christmas Day, but like overnight, being the only person somewhere. And that was when I was working on the farm, and that was a bit eerie going outside, But so the only
you can
person.
eat as many bananas as you like.
Lovely,
There won't be no one looking, will there?
Fantastic. But so I have to check in with the security guard every half hour to make sure I'm still alive and that. I haven't been overcome.
Is he working or have you just got to text him?
No, he'll be working.
He'll be working. He'll be mooching around.
No, not inside. He'll probably be at the gate. I'll be the only person in the whole building.
He'll be like, meh.
It's going to be
John.
a little bit.
Still alive, mate.
It's going to be a little bit weird.
Does he go, Merry Christmas, Mr. Steve? I'm going to come in and we'll have lunch together.
I hope not. No. So I might find him a little box of chocolates or something.
Mince pie. Everyone loves a mince pie.
Well, do they?
Yeah.
They don't though. I don't think everyone does love a mince pie. No, I think you're probably better off with a box of
Re-gift
chocolates.
something. See what you get that you don't want. Re-gift it.
I've already got a couple
Wait
of
and
bits.
see what's in the bag.
That's the thing this year, I think, isn't it?
I'm all behind it.
Oh yeah,
I'm all behind it. Yeah.
because people were saying that they having like a basket or something of stuff. So when they have people visit, if any people fancy stuff that they don't want, they can just take it.
I think that's not. We had a clear out this year and last year because obviously we did the house and we did the kids' bedrooms out. The amount of shit that was in brand new boxes that they hadn't opened, because everyone has this thing where you have to get someone something. So people panic at the end, don't they, and go, I'm getting her a gem making kit. She ain't never going to sit. They sit on their phones all fucking day.
Is that what I've got?
You've got the gem
making
well,
kit.
we Cass raised some money for her because she was going off to do something. So she was like, sell some of your old stuff. So we got this big old pile of stuff together. I think she stuck it on that FaceBay thing for like 30 quid. All these brand new boxes of stuff. Someone come around and was like, that's nearly my Christmas sorted. And I thought, how lovely is that? Someone's getting all these.
Unless you're a member of their family.
Well, they're all brand new stuff. It's all the kids.
Gonna get a gem making.
Well, it's just such a wasteful society, aren't we? We either put brand new shit in the bin or someone gets some use out of it.
Yeah.
Get some use out of it.
Yeah.
So I might start doing it next year.
Get you some deodorants.
Yeah.
This year, yeah.
I had my beard oil on last night, mate.
Did you?
She did not like it.
Did she not?
Ugh.
Really?
Oof, you smell, what did you say? You smell like a Christmas cake or something?
It's supposed to be manly,
It's
though,
a
isn't it?
sweet spice roll. Oh, I thought it was lovely.
Yeah.
I wanted to lick it.
Did you?
Yeah, it was
That's
lovely.
a good repellent then, isn't it?
Yeah.
You
Like
know, get it on.
very clovey
Is it?
it was.
Yeah, get it on. Slap yourself on.
Yeah.
So, how have you been then, mate?
Budgie's dead. Yeah, died, mate.
Do you know what, right?
Yeah.
When I came in,
Yeah.
there's a cage in here.
Yeah.
Like an empty cage.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to say anything. I thought that it had maybe migrated to a bigger cage.
No, that cage there, that's a travel cage, that one.
Oh, is it?
Because we had to go on a quest to find said new budgie. So Ava has become Eva.
Why have you got a new one? I thought you were going to wait till the Avery was coming up and just bow
Well,
on then.
what happened was the missus got quite attached to it in a couple of weeks. We had tears from her, even though it was my budgie. So she was very upset about said budgie.
Do we know whether budgie died?
I think we've both got this propensity to walk in a pet shop and choose the wankiest looking animal that's in the cage. I think you've got it as well.
I have, yeah. I've had one-eyed fish. And
Yeah,
everything,
so I think she bought the little scroty one. She's a beautiful little thing she was, but I think she bought the smallest one. And speaking to some people, they was like perhaps she was still being fed by the mum. So although she had fledged, she weren't fixed. So something definitely weren't right with it. It was a bit nutty, but I like things with character. Yeah. And then it was brown bread on the bottom of the cage.
Oh,
so
that's a shame. It lived a really, really horrible life.
yeah,
There you go.
poor little thing. So I had to bury that in the garden. And then little un, he's got his issues. So the thought of coming home and to an empty cage was like he's gonna just have this meltdown.
So you not just draw a budgie?
We was driving
put a
around.
photo of a budgie in there.
Driving around
done.
Kent on a budgie hunt, mate. Quite hard to find them things. So I went into this pet shop, found one, bought like that one. It's got a bit of character. Bought this little cage because I was like, we can put it in a box or we can say this other little cage to take it home in. So I'll have one of them. Let's try and keep stress levels to a minimum. Got it in, come home. The bigger one went, why have you died the budgie? I was like, no, the budgie died. And then the other one come in and was like, just let you know, Ava died. The tears started. And I went, but we got a new one. And he went, hey. So that sorted very quickly. So
Did you say new or did you say better one?
Just said
new
new
better
one.
one.
But yeah, this one's got a bit about it. I can put my hand on its little breast thing and stroke it. It looks at me like it wants to eat my eyes, but we're getting there with it.
Could you not have kept Ava and we could have maybe done the Petey sketch from Dumb and Dumber?
From Dumb and Dumber.
Or the Dead Parrot sketch from...
I'll be honest,
Monty
mate. I
Python.
was a little bit sad about it. She was a lovely little thing. So yeah, but I could dig her up if you want. I know where she is.
Should we do that when we come back? I'll tell you what we will do. Let's do it when we have someone on video. Cool.
Yeah. Pretty
The
bird.
skeleton.
That'd be my WhatsApp film, but I'll be sitting here with it.
Stroke, yeah. You can sit there and
the
stroke it.
sellotape out.
Yeah. You just stick it to
Or-
your finger.
Speaking of regifting, perhaps I can find someone who wants a budgie. Regifting.
It was alive when I put it in there. What have you done to it?
But sad times, mate. Sad times. We've got the new purpley looking one now, so everything's all right, I think. Tree's going up the weekend. That's exciting, isn't it?
You not got it out yet.
Well, we don't because Little's birthday's Friday.
Right.
Let's use that one, isn't it? So, yeah, she's Friday. And then we tried to give her a birthday without having Christmas all around it. So that's going up Saturday. Settles in for a week and it goes back up there, doesn't it? Get rid of it, get some dust on it. But, you know, just settle in now once that's up. I'm just ready for a break, mate. Currently, I'm 7 more working get-ups. But when this comes out, I'll be 5 more working get-ups and then 16 days off.
Right.
I'm putting off in the stupid finger quotes because she's been busy organising shit. I'll tell you. Telling me all this stuff she signed me up for. I ain't happy about it.
You're pretty fair. That's without all your Christmas presents that you're going to find out you got to do during the year.
I know. All these things that are turning up. Well, no, she's
going to London and shit.
No, it's not even that shit. All the stuff's turned up for the kids. I'm just looking at it going, I'll be putting that together then. I'll be doing that then.
And they're old enough to put their own shit together. They should learn that by now. They are. Try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give them a fucking... I'll tell you what, buy a toolkit between them and say you'll need that later. And just fucking leave them to it.
Off you go. Yeah. Perhaps I'll try it. But yeah, she's like... I'll finish work one day and then I think, that's it, 16 days off. Have a nice lane in the morning. No, you can't, Mark, 'cause we're up next day because we've got a cold day of Christmas with 12 other people. That sounds great, doesn't it, for your first day off? Next day's Christmas Eve, you've got to sort everything. Next day's Christmas Day, then we're busy Boxing Day. I think it's about 27th, I think I've got a day.
And I thought you was bringing the Christmas spirit.
Merry Christmas. I love Christmas, I just don't love people. How's your week been, mate?
Not too bad, really. I don't really know. It's sort of going past in a blur. I think I'm ready for Christmas. I ain't done the wrapping yet. I'm going to get wrapping legs on Sunday, I think, this weekend. A little bit gutted, but I need to do that. We've got a tree. We got something outside this year. Got some lights outside, yeah. Jill bought a tree.
A real one?
Well, so we've got Herbie still. We was a little bit worried that he might either chew some stuff off of it or piss up it if we got a proper one. So we got a real one, but we've got it on a table. Still fairly big, but it's on a table. But the first attempt that Jill bought from a supermarket.
And did he do an Amy Winehouse?
What do you mean?
Died and dropped, surrounded by needles.
Well, that's not very nice, is it? Fucking hell. It's not very Christmas spirit, that one. Put that at the end.
Probably edit that one out, mate.
I'm not editing that out.
Some people might not like that.
You're fucked. I'll tell you, put that at the end. You should use that. Oh, dear. Yeah, so... And every time you went in the back door, all the needles fell off. So it's like bald, pretty much. So we shoved it out the front, stuck some lights on it. So I've actually got something out the front with lights on. You know, Christmas spirit.
They drink a lot of water, don't they, them real ones?
This one was past it. Hadn't been watered in Sainsbury's.
Did it have one of them little yellow stickers on it?
So it should have had. It should have had. So it should have had a warning about being fucking go up in flames. But yeah, so that's outside. That looks good. And I had a personal trainer the other day. I'm thinking of having a personal trainer from a marathon session, so I went down to the gym and had a personal trainer. Bit weird that. Don't really like people, especially not a one-on-one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, and also being like led round a gym by someone in front of all of the muscle Marys and that. But you know, I got through it. I could barely walk for a couple of days. I mean, because of the weights, didn't get that friendly. So yeah. So I'm thinking of having another 10 sessions. You know, it's part of the therapy and all that, isn't it? New Year's resolution, a bit more sociable. I'll be round a lot more. I'll be popping round in a week.
Oh, good.
A cup of tea every couple of days.
Oh, you're always welcome, mate. You're always welcome. We'll let people know at the end of the year what total we got up to.
That was a New Year's resolution.
You'll probably end up seeing your personal trainer more than me next year.
Oh, fucking right, mate. So we got presents, which I've sort of stuck myself in the way now. I can't really get them. Jill's bought presents because it is the Christmas
episode. Did you do this last year?
Yes, but we was really, really flippant with it and didn't really sort of...
was that me? Christmas Coaster? No, Christmas Coaster was a year Lee.
That was when Lee fucked her over, and Lee left it here. So she wasn't going to do it, but she has. So it's really good. I'm really...
I mean, she's put effort into this.
Now I know what paper I'm getting.
That's properly wrapped.
Yeah. She's done it on purpose, so we can't get into it. But yeah.
Oh, she's one of these people that shows off and only does one little strip of sellotape.
No, they're not. It's not. When I was at a place, one of my workplaces, they had these reels of these little sticky labels. Right? They're like date labels that go on box end labels that go to the fruit.
Clever.
And we've got reels of them at home, and you just tear them off and stick them on. It's fucking amazing. I haven't used sellotape for years.
Oh, here we go. What's the funkypigeon.com?
I mean, I'm having more trouble getting in the box, if I'm honest.
This is good podcasting. Right, okay. Hang on. Right, I'm in. Oh, wow.
What is it? Oh, fucking.
Oh.
Oh, wow, look at that.
That is actually amazing.
MovieDrone snow globes. Now, that's good, isn't it? I'm a little bit worried that they might come off. But look at that, eh? Yeah.
Oh, that is actually really cool.
Thank you, Gilly.
That gives me something. When I'm sitting in my old people's home and I'm going, yeah, I used to do a podcast, and I go, hang on a minute, and I can waddle back to my room and I can bring my little snow globe
We
out.
have, we've got snow globes. How good's that, eh?
That's beautiful.
She probably won't let me have that on the side. She'll probably say that she doesn't like it on the side.
I'll still have my Corona one on the Christmas tree, on the main tree.
Yeah. We've got our one.
Yeah.
The,
thanks,
we had.
Jill.
I'll tell you what else I've got.
I'm actually a bit touched with that.
Are you?
Yeah, it's
Good.
really, that's nice.
Good. Thank you very much, darling, for that.
Yeah.
And I'll
Can't wait to see next year's.
She's
Definitely keep it going for another year.
She's got a little bit of the ump with me because she puts out a little Santa Claus. We've got these like Nordic, in like Scandinavia. They're really good little wooden figures.
Yeah.
We got a load of them.
Like
we got
a frog.
Yeah, like a frog, yeah. We've got ones like that, like with little dogs and all that.
Yeah.
Well, when I was away, I bought a China plague doctor.
All right.
And that's in amongst them
Nice.
on our Christmas thing.
Ho, ho, ho.
I think it's Christmassy, The plague just didn't stop for Christmas, did it?
No, well,
So
plagues for life,
went
not
all
just
the
for
way
Christmas,
through.
mate,
That's
isn't
it. So thank you very much for our snow globes, darling.
That's amazing.
It is. I'm going to stick it right up in the middle of our Christmas decorations.
I'll tell you what we need next year.
And it's going to
I don't want to put ideas in her head or nothing, but wouldn't it be good to have a MovieDrone Christmas topper, Christmas tree topper?
Yeah, but they're a bit personal, aren't they? So we have to have one that's down from Mum gave it to her and that.
Oh, really?
The thing. I mean, I can probably replace it. She won't notice. I'll take that off and put the MovieDrone one on. Won't be a problem.
Quite cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. I mean, I don't want to put ideas in her head. I'm just saying.
There we go.
So ain't going to be going this time next year, are we?
No. So there we go. Thank you very much for that. And Merry Christmas to everybody. You got any Christmas thanks, mate?
Yes, mate. Christmas thanks go to Little Nick, to Soundtrack Your Life, to Timmy, Keith Noakes, Mike and Oscar, WTM, Dan Bradley, Watch It If You Can, Talk Nerdy to Me, Glyn, Louis Riehm, and Film Rage.
I've got special thanks this week and for Christmas to Jill, Cassie, Jamie Russell, Emma at Movies, LJ Human, Ian McIntyre, Mr. Positivity and Eric, Karim Helliwell, Ben and Paul from Filmbusters, Duel Podcast, Peter and the lovely Ryan. So, I mean, it is the end of year.
Yeah.
Thanks. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for their support.
Continue support through all 4 episodes we've released this year.
I mean, we gave a lot more than we received support through the first few years when we were really up against, and now we don't barely give anything. Yeah. So we're more thankful for any support that
anything's nice, isn't it?
End. So there we go. But we're still getting more followers on Twitter and stuff. I know. It still keeps adding up.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we've got a resurgence. We're still big in the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
And
flying
Luxembourg, so that's good. So, mate, promo?
Yes, mate.
Are you troubled by the dominance of the Marvel and DC cinematic universes?
Do you experience feelings of dread and dreamscapes while watching the latest David Lynch offerings?
Have you or your family seen anything better than Whiplash?
If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Open your podcast catcher and subscribe to The Professionals.
Filmbusters. Our courteous and efficient staff is on call 24 hours a day to serve all your cinematic needs.
Oh, come on, how can it not? That was so interesting.
I didn't care for shit.
It's one of the worst I've seen this year.
But I think it's a great study on mental health. It's great. And give Joaquin that Oscar. Give it to him.
Well, there might be someone else.
It may be, but give it to him. Just give him an extra one.
Wait a minute, did you say you shed a tear?
Yeah.
Oh, victory, sweet victory.
Wow. At the very end, that ending.
Yes.
I was actually handing an olive branch, but then you could not accept it.
That's right. Bullshit. I'm sorry. It's an empty shell of a film.
This film, I can't see anyone who'd enjoy it. I don't even know who it's for. I think it's probably even meant to be for us. And if we're not finding it good, who's finding it good?
Well, that's fucking cinema, man.
Filmbusters. We're ready to enlighten you.
It makes me feel good.
There we go.
I've just found out, mate. If you flick the bit in the bottom of this.
I'm a bit worried because I thought it was...
No, if you flick the bit in the bottom of this, you can take the inside out.
Okay.
So I can swap that for something next year, regift it.
I thought it was a little water out. I didn't want to touch it.
Oh, you know me, I have to have a little explore. I'm proper chuffed with that.
Yeah,
That's really made my day.
Good. So Filmbusters, our friends,
Make us feel good.
They do. They do. They're doing Scarecrow, Al Pacino film.
Right.
I've never heard of it. I thought that when it said Scarecrow, I thought it was that horror film.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
with the Scarecrow, but it's not.
Okay. Going to check it out now?
Yeah, of course. But yeah, we've had some fun with those guys.
We have.
This year. So they came on and done all sorts.
We've kind of let them carry the flame this year, haven't we? You carry away, boys.
We let them. It's far more quality product.
I know, but that's what we've done. We've realised our limitation and thought, let's not even bother. Let's do the British thing.
I think we need to...
We're them blokes who, do you know, at the pub where you go, I could have been a footballer. I had trials for Charlton. One of them blokes. We're like the wannabes. They're in the Premier League.
I think that we need to invite some people on and get, just in case, you know, it doesn't carry on.
Mate, and
we need to but we need to invite some people on, you know, just in case we end up not making it till next Christmas. You know, get some people on.
Well, we've still got WTM are going to come on for Greasy Strangler.
And we've got some other people that need to come on again that we've had on before.
Yeah.
Don't we? So let's get a list together and let's make that our New Year's resolution.
List. We're checking it twice. Yeah, we'll make a list, we'll check it twice, and we'll get people on in the new year, shall we?
We shall.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Filmbusters, Scarecrow, an Al Pacino film I've never heard of. You really should check it out. The guys are absolutely amazing, and I'm pretty sure that they'll be going strong in 2024.
They probably planned it all.
Last one of this year? Go on in.
Welcome to the Marc reads some film lines in some similar voices, and Steve has to guess the film from the lines read to get points game. Hashtag what's that film?
What?
You can tell we've both got autistic tendencies because both of us just keep sitting here with our snow globe shaking it, looking at it going, ooh, really? Neither of us can
I can't help it. It needs to go out of arm's reach.
I know I'm watching you and I'm sitting here trying to, I've had to put mine in his fur enough that I can stop touching it.
Yeah.
It's got glitter in it.
Oh, dear. So what's that film? Last one of the year. It's a shame that we're not doing something really, really special. Timmy's away at the moment. And Lee, I don't know, Lee's useless. You know, we could have asked him on. Probably should have done. But
he's probably still on the train surrounded by all of his empty cans.
I don't even know if he listens
anymore.
Someone
spilt on him.
Yeah. Or he pretends to. Yeah. I don't even know if he listens anymore.
I doubt it.
But yeah, it's you know, I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Much more fun. But
less is more. Less is more.
So yeah, what's that film? Who got what and what was it?
That was Die Hard 2 from Peter and Home Alone from me.
Right.
So Let Down Paul got a 3 and a 3.
Right.
Kareem got a 0 and a 4.
Right.
Emma got a 4 and a 5. Plus, I need to gift her the 3 from Ghost from the week before that I said she got 0. Don't even know why I said 0.
Right.
I went on my notes, it was 3.
Right.
Proper mugged her off, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ryan got a 5 and a 5. LJ got a 2 and a 5. Jill, mate, a 4 and a 5.
If she'd said 5 and a 5, then there's certainly something going wrong. I still don't believe those scores. I still think there's something going on.
Right.
So
you keep thinking that, mate. The more you think it, the better it is for all of us.
Yeah, good. And Peter who came on, didn't he? Mm-hmm. That was great, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I really enjoyed. My episode on
I listened to it.
Did you?
Yeah, I listened to it. It was quite surreal because for some reason I was driving down the road and you two were having a chat, and then suddenly my voice popped in.
Right.
Because I'd obviously gone into a daze looking at all the traffic, and it had rolled on to our autoplay episode.
Right.
And suddenly I joined us, and it was us and Peter again.
Was it?
Yeah, it was surreal. I had to go back and listen.
It was better with just me and Peter.
Yeah, good conversations.
Was it? I haven't listened to it yet. I haven't had the chance to listen to it yet.
Disappointingly, mate, you was better than I expected. Well done.
Thanks very much, and thanks very much to Peter for having me, and thanks very much to Peter for coming on. He's said about he mugged me off on our podcast. You know, it's a quiz, isn't it? It's a quiz. Not everyone can be winners.
No,
I've learned that a lot in this quiz.
Yep.
So what have you got for us this Christmas episode?
Last Christmas one then, isn't it? Till next year.
Is it?
Last Christmas.
There's a clue for us.
Well, it's last Christmas one forever then, probably, isn't it?
Who knows?
Who knows? So 5 points, mate. What's that film? To understand, one only has to listen.
Is it a Christmas film?
I didn't. Yeah, I think it's a Christmas film.
Karate Kid.
Nah. I didn't want to do a stereotypical voice. I thought it
Well,
was
you did
offensive.
a bit. You did. And that's why I said
Okay,
that.
well, if that's what you've got from it, I'm pleased.
Right.
A little bit.
Okay. Right.
4 points. What's that film? They're watching Snow White and they love it.
It's, what's his name? Hey! Have you not done that before, that one?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
There's only so many.
You do
aren't
that
there?
every Christmas.
Yeah. Problem is, mate, I get it every year. I pick one that other people don't, especially Christmas time. I pick stuff people don't know. I could have done Christmas with the Coopers. Oh, what is that? And then you end up with the same lot. Then yeah.
You could have done a drone that saved Christmas.
I could have
You
done, mate.
Yeah.
Yep. 3 points. What's that film? You say you hate Washington's birthday or Thanksgiving. Nobody cares. But when you hate Christmas, people treat you like a leper. Might even be the same quotes as last time, I'm not sure. 2 points. Everyone else who's not got it, what's that film? Ram Peltzer, fantastic ideas for a fantastic world. I make the illogical logical.
Nice change in voice there. Yeah, very
very much, mate.
seamless.
Thank you.
Seamless.
And for 1 point, for anyone else, your last Christmas point available. What's that film? Bye, woof woof.
There we go.
Hey,
It's
that's that done for another year.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure what we should have said at the start is if guess what it is before Mark does it and see how many people actually give 5. That would have been better.
You know.
Jill, 5. Yeah, of course you fucking did.
I'll be honest, mate, that was the 4th one I did.
Right.
Because I deleted the rest of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you do Christmas with the Cougars?
No, I did Elf. I looked at Christmas with the Coopers, but I couldn't get any. I tried Nativity. And I thought no one's going to get Nativity. I tried Fred Claus and thought no one's going to get that. So I was limited.
Yeah,
people have their. I was trying to make people feel good. It's Christmas.
You mate, you do it so well. Just pile it out every year. Don't worry about it. So everybody, if you think you know what that is, pretty sure you do. Send us a message with your score and your guess via DM,
please.
Moving on.
Yeah,
this is. Okay, so as you'll hear in a minute, the question that we've got is nothing about Christmas, so it doesn't really matter whether it's topical or not. So yeah, where can people send us questions for New Year?
They can send it via X, which is at movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com.
Please do. So I know that we're going to be having WTM and that on to discuss something after Christmas. It would be good to get a really fucking difficult question then, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
I mean, for those guys.
Yeah.
So that would be good. But yeah, so please send us a question.
New year, new start. Let's canvas for some new questions.
Okay.
Right? We can, beg. We definitely need some now. Like,
okay.
I'll just please. People used to send us like a page of them, and we used to just pick from them. Do that. Right, send loads over, please.
Okay.
Just a few.
Okay, moving on. This is the next section. This is the section that we love to call
Question Time.
Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time. Question time. Question time. Time for the question. Question time.
There we go. So we did have a question in. Yep. It was topical about something we did over dinner. Oh. That's where the topic thing came in. Yeah. So the question...
Well, I think it's a bit topical anyway.
Do you?
Very slightly.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not, but, you know.
Well, it kind of is, because it's from Jill, mate.
It is.
And she says, after watching the diabolical new film Genie, which is billed as a bit of a festive film.
Well, this came about after we was at dinner. Yeah. We had a nice dinner, actually.
Yeah.
I was all right, didn't I? I didn't bring my iPad or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
She spoke a little bit.
Yeah, it was a very nice.
It was all right, wasn't it? And yeah, we discussed about the fact that you'd watched that really abomination of a film, and yeah, this is where the question came from. Go on. Then.
So, after watching the diabolical new film Genie on Sky at the weekend and being disgusted to find out Marc and Cassie enjoyed it, I wonder what are your top 3 movies with genies or wishes being granted in? And she sent the 3 films through of wishes and genies.
Did she change it? Yeah, she sent for a change.
The only one I've not got on there is Aladdin, mate.
No, because she said she was going to change it because one of hers didn't make sense because it wasn't actually a genie.
I don't think it needs to be genie. It just says all wishes being granted. None of mine have got genies or anything related to that.
Okay. All right. There we go. Oh, she said that one of hers didn't have it wasn't relevant. The one with Jim Carrey.
Middle one or the top one?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Let's get on to it. Let's find out. I don't think she updated it, but we'll stick with it. Okay. Mine don't make no sense either. So
good. All right. What you got then?
So Gill's number 3, mate. Liar, liar.
That's a good one.
It is a good one.
I do like that film.
It is a good film.
I do like that. That is good. That is a pretty fun film.
I like I'm not going to call it R-rated. I like the proper cut.
Right.
One when you watch it on DVD and stuff, not when you get it safe on Channel 4 and they cut out all the funny bits.
Yeah, a bit pointless.
Yeah, they cut it. Yeah, you know, we need them. But my number 3 is clutching, mate, but it's Home Alone because he says, I wish I didn't have a family. He didn't have one, did he?
Oh, and it's a little bit loose.
It's loose.
But there's the mention of the word wish in it.
Yeah, I'm having it.
My number 1 or first one, whatever, is a horror film.
Oh.
It's Wishmaster.
Oh, okay.
There's a Wishmaster 2 as well.
Yeah.
I don't think I really like any of them.
No.
But
it had a wish in it.
I struggled a little bit. There's not that many unless you want to go for the big ones. And I thought that probably everyone else would.
You thought,
so I struggled a little bit. So I've seen it, so that was in.
Okay.
Get in.
Gill's number 2, mate. This might be the one. Bruce Almighty.
Yeah. I don't know. Did he wish that he was?
I suppose he's answering other people's prayers and wishes, isn't he?
That's loose because that's not. She said that it didn't have anything to do with it, and she wanted to change it.
Oh no! But, I mean, wishes being granted. There's them little people going, "Oh, please help me," and he's trying to get through, and he's answering their wishes. So
prayers, yeah,
prayers and stuff.
Is that the same thing?
Well, a wish and a prayer. Is there a lot of difference between a wish and a prayer?
Yeah, I wouldn't pray for £1 million.
Did you? Oh, I do it every night, mate. Every night, I'm like, please.
Do you?
Please, God.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to get that granted.
No, it's worth a go, wasn't it?
Yeah.
My number 2, mate, is the original Freaky Friday. I wish I could swap places with her for just one day.
Right. Okay.
Jodie Foster, amazing little film, that. I really like it.
Right.
One of them really shit films that I love sitting down over Christmas. I'd never put it on.
Right.
I'd never own a copy. But when you're flicking through and you've gone through and you've got E.T., because that's always on, Cannonball Run, something like that, a Bond film. Oh, Freaky Friday, 1974. I'll have a bit of that.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Good. My number 2 is The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad.
Okay.
It's one of the really old Sinbad ones where they do rub a lamp. I forget the name of the genie. I thought I'd written it down, and I haven't, but it was like Drago or something.
Okay.
And you know, those ones are quite good. I quite like those old ones. This is quite an old one, probably an early Sinbad film, 1950s.
Okay.
You know, they are quality storytelling, fantasy storytelling.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. Gill's number 1, mate. Big.
Right.
Zoltar Machine. Okay. I wish I was big. Definitely. It's a wish, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it is a good film.
It's a great film.
It is a good film.
Little bit creepy when you analyse it, but it is a great film.
It is creepy now, yeah.
But, you know, is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
My number 1, mate, trying to stay Christmassy Miracle on 34th Street when the little girl gets all the shit she wish for.
Right.
Oh, Santa, I want a little boy, brother, and I want a house and a dad and stuff.
Have I seen that? Have you given that to me? Because I don't think I've seen it.
Have you not seen it? Mara Wilson, little one who was in Miss Doubtfire and Matilda and stuff. You never seen that one? Oh, it's a beautiful little film.
It's a pity you've missed it. There you go. Can't watch that this year. Maybe if it comes on, I'll watch 5 minutes of it.
I'll be on. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched the original.
Right.
Which probably could be better. Who knows?
Right.
But I like it.
Okay. My last one is Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal in it.
Oh, fuck, mate. Really?
Well, I thought everyone would go for like Aladdin and that.
I know. I was about to say the irony of going for genie films and not one of us choosing the film with a genie in it.
Well, you know, it's not a film that I particularly am a great fan of, like the Aladdins and that. And I thought that you would. like being a child.
Oh, I love singing A Whole New World around the house.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, so I went for the scrape the barrel ones,
I think it's amazing when I'm walking around the house singing it, and I've got a 13-year-old who was obsessed with Disney, and I know all the words, and she's just looking at me as if to say, what is happening with my life?
There's a big generation gap, isn't there?
Yeah.
Big generation gap now between us and what we were used to.
Yeah.
Creepy films like Big.
Yeah.
That we were allowed to watch.
Yeah.
They've taken all those bits out now, probably. Warning on the front. But yeah, so, I mean, I only like one of my films, and that's Barely. So, good choice. Good choices.
I like all my films, but, whether they cover the question is another.
Well, thanks very much, Jill. Yeah. Maybe she might have had a lad in.
I prefer the snow globe over the question, I'll be honest with you.
Can't win them all, can you? You know what I mean? Can't win them all. Get a Christmas pass on that one, so that's fine. But thank you very much, darling, for the, not you, Mark, but Jill, for the question. Much appreciated.
I was going to say you're welcome, sweetheart.
Well, let's get on with this, mate. We saw a film.
We did, mate. We saw a film that is currently somehow 3.7 out of 10 on IMDb. No rating, so I'm guessing it's a U. It's about an hour and a half, too long. It's comedy with a synopsis of tech executive creates a superior drone that saves Christmas around the world. No budget, I'm guessing a couple of quid and 50p gross, mate.
It's directed by Miriam Bavley, starring Miguel A. Nunez Jr., Lucky Johnson, Rashad Ali, and Rodney Perry.
This is 2023's The Drone That Saved Christmas.
You better have a good clip.
Barry, wake up.
Santa? Is it Christmas already? Oh my God. Okay, that order will be ready in no time. We're almost done.
That's great news, but that's not why I'm calling.
Oh, you're calling about a 3D printer. Our 3D printer is amazing. It's state-of-the-art. It is revolutionary. You're going to love these, Santa. These ornaments are going to be incredible.
Impressive. I'm here to leave you a message.
A message?
I'm with Team Grams. You need to show me that your drones are not just for consumption, but that they can do good. Goodness is giving.
Now, that does give a little bit of an idea as to, I mean, that's probably one of the better.
I had to go online and rewatch some of the film to get that clip because there's nothing even on YouTube or no clips available. No trailer, funnily enough.
So it's weird. So the director's also known for these films. I don't know if you know that, do you? The microchip that ruined Halloween.
Okay.
Right. And the app that ruined Christmas, which is another one that maybe we could have done. So, I mean, obviously she's now famous for the film that ruined Christmas for us this year. But it's weird, right? So we were wondering what to do. We always do Gremlins and shit like that. Yeah. And we had a conversation, or there was a conversation at dinner around the fact that you watched Genie and you quite enjoyed it. Yeah. So, I found this one. It's a new film this year, modern. It had a modern twist to it, and it had a play on words, MovieDrone, the drone that saved Christmas. Yeah. And I thought to myself, it's going to be one of these sort of sickly sweet Christmas films that Mark probably end up liking. Mm-hmm. How wrong was I?
Yep, very wrong.
What is it?
Well, mate, it's one of, if not the biggest pile of shit I've ever seen in my entire life, and I had the displeasure of sitting through, if I'm honest with you. There's nothing in the whole hour and a half-ish that is redeeming at all. I mean, there was a couple of random scenes in there that I thought I was hallucinating at that point, and a huge lack of Christmas feel in it, really. Not what I expected from the title. I kind of thought, right, this was in my head. I'm like, okay, this could be fun, right? We've got Santa, he's going through the sky, some divvy kid standing there with his drone, and he flies it up, knocks Santa out. Oh, he crashes in the garden. Fuck, what have we done? But it's all right. Santa comes in, puts a bit of dust over the drone. The kids are all there trying to save Christmas, and they're zipping around. Little bit of feel good. Oh, we saved Christmas. I can live with that. I like it. Why not? We're all warm and fuzzy. What the fuck?
Now that isn't what happens in the film.
No.
Let's just be. That's what could.
That's a good version.
That's a good version. That's a version that possibly would have done.
It could have worked.
Yeah. Solid 5 out of 10 there, mate. You know what I mean? Which is quite good. This is something completely different. So, I mean, it is an African American film, really, isn't it? There's a couple of which is not a bad thing. You know, it's obviously for an audience. And I found it a little bit weird that it was more of an elitist audience.
Yeah.
So it's a very. Does it make sense saying a rich person's film?
Yeah.
Everything was that they were
beautiful, big house.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
they were very rich and obviously they had multi-million-pound companies and stuff. So it's a film that's certainly aimed towards somebody. There was a couple of white actors. One was a prisoner. There was a few kids in there. So, like I say, not a bad thing. It's clearly aimed towards someone, but I found it weird that it wasn't for Christmas films. They tend to try and be available for everybody. Yeah. And I didn't feel that this was. I thought that this would have alienated 3/4 at least of the population. More than that, you know.
I think it's alien. I can't think anyone would enjoy this. I don't know what.
But if you're going to make a shit film, at least make it accessible or sort of target a wider audience.
But there was no take-home message for any race, creed, anything.
Apart from elitist black people that you can do well in life.
I suppose I get that thing. You can strive, you can be anything you like, which, yes, you can. But there's just no take-home. There was no... be a nice person.
No.
Because it weren't like the main character had some redemption and he was an arsehole.
No.
And
he was a rich person.
But he was a rich, nice guy. He doted on his wife, doted on his kid, like his kid to be, was looking after his dad and all stuff like that. So he was a nice guy to start with, who overthrew a bit of an arsehole and then still become a nice guy. If he would have been like this guy, he was a tech billionaire and he was being a bit of an arsehole and he had learnt the meaning of Christmas through being with his family and there was redemption at the end. But we didn't even have that. Didn't even have no story arc.
So, I mean, the Christmas bit, it was literally probably just because it was made to believe that it was, because it was set in a warm state. Mm-hmm. There was no cold weather or snow or anything. No. It was just that they had a Christmas tree. So it's clearly shot in the summer or something, you know, or it wasn't shot really at Christmas. No. So it's just that they had a Christmas tree. That's about it, wasn't it? I've got to say, probably one of the most unfit people I've ever seen. I mean, he got out of breath. I could hear
him breathing.
He got out of breath. I think that was just the poor sound work.
He was like a French bulldog.
He got out of breath watching his kid play basketball, which I thought was fucking hilarious. But I'll tell you what, we did have someone that I recognised in there.
Okay.
So Miguel Núñez Jr. He's been in lots of Eddie Murphy films.
Okay.
Quite a few, which is probably why he copied.
Oh, okay. Was this what I've got as
Grandpa?
The love child of Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy?
Yeah. So he's been in a lot of Eddie Murphy films.
But he
did use the Eddie Murphy characters.
Just when I think it couldn't get any worse, he was there. In fairness, he pretty much fucked off about halfway through and we only got him back at the end. And that was the only thing where I thought, okay.
But it's that typical character that you get in, the way that Eddie Murphy acts in things like, what would we say, Nutty Professor and stuff like that. You know, with one of the characters that he plays, it's difficult for us to do
but he's got to have context. No, it's not. He's going all silly, and I'm going there, and I'm going to do this. Why? It had no context of the film. It was nothing like any of the other characters.
That's why it's rated as a comedy.
But
because he was in it.
Yeah, but they was all pretty well-spoken people. They was all successful people. And I get the thing. Probably the thing we're supposed to take from it is that these are self-made people, and he grew up in this poverty and stuff, and suddenly his son's become very successful.
Yeah.
But he was just some stereotype. It was awful and grating, and if he looked at the camera one more fucking time...
See, he's probably the one that's done the most acting as well.
I had so much eye contact with him that it was uncomfortable. At least the other lot didn't look into the camera.
It was like he was bearing down on you, was it?
Honestly, he kept looking in the camera. And I was like, is this your first job?
No, it's not. He's the most defined actor that I could find. He's the one that's done the most. He's actually got quite a large filmography. And like I say, I mean, he was basically copying an Eddie Murphy character from one of the films he's
abrasive,
been in.
mate, he was.
I'll tell you what it did feel like. You know those clips of those films from Nigeria?
Yeah.
You know, like the African Hollywood sort of thing that comes out. That's the vibe that I got from this, the cheapness of it. Yeah. I mean, I can't begin to tell everyone how weird and shit this film is. It's difficult to explain, isn't it? Because I know we're saying that it didn't really have a lot to do with Christmas, but unless you actually sat there, after I watched it, I sent you a message. You said, "What the fuck is this?" And this is the first time we've really broken that wall. Yeah. You messaged me and said,
"I was worried, mate, because I'm thinking we've got to do an episode on this."
And I said, I actually laughed. I think I replied back and said, "It's actually cheering me up. Imagine you watching it because it certainly is a struggle. I'd love for someone else to try and watch it. Yeah, I really would. I don't think it's sort of widespread, but I really would love to. Anyway, not much Christmas.
No,
not many drones.
No.
So
or the drone. So I was expecting a drone. And then
you did see one
when we got some fella going, "Hello Barbados," and he's going, "Hello, I need 500 drones. I'll get them in the post to you." That's it. I'm not even sure it's an explanation of what the drones were doing.
So, yeah, I know the title of the film is "The Drone." That's I will get there. So we did see one drone. The kid wasn't allowed to touch the drone, and then he took the drone out and it flew off.
Yeah,
right. Which I thought we'd get a little bit of repercussion on later. Yeah. But all we did is a bit later on, his dad
do you know we're missing a drone?
His dad forgave him.
That's all right, Dad, I took it. Oh, you little scamp.
Don't worry about it. It's got a homing thing, so it's going to go back to the compound because his actual words. So the drones that saved Christmas were actually, let's just explain this. There was 5 countries who seemed to have had some sort of disaster who required... I believe it wasn't really explained, but some drones maybe to drop some supplies in.
Yeah.
And we had this weird conference call where where these people from India, Australia, weirdly, what was it, Senegal?
I think
Puerto Rico and someone, who sat at the same table basically with just a flag behind. And he didn't even call them by the names. He just called them Barbados and that. Hello, Puerto Rico. Yeah, and you're right. They said we need 5, but they didn't explain why they needed the drones. He didn't explain what the drones would do. There was a weird bit where someone from the military cut in and said, "Yeah, we'll get you the planes to take all the drones over." And that was basically it. We were just led to believe that this man was sending drones over at Christmas time to help drop supplies. Yeah. That is all we got with the drones.
Well, with the drones, We did have
it. Just to explain to everybody, the title is "The Drone That Saved Christmas." We had a conference call with 5 people pretending to be from countries.
Well, there were drones flying boxes around in the background or something on there while he was.
Yeah, I think that was them showing you that a drone could carry a box and what the idea was, and that's all you got from the drone that saved Christmas.
And the upside down one on the table that never really seemed to work. That I think he was supposed to be working on.
Dear. So that just to make it clear that that's what the film was about. We got a bloke who was supposed to be the leader of the company that the bloke had sold, and he was a bit of a bellend. He ended up in prison because he would nick something. Well,
he put try getting the £500 million yacht, getting them all to sign it off by threatening to sack them. And then got attacked with some duct tape.
That was with the one white guy on the board.
Just at the
end of the table.
Me.
Him. Sack him.
Sack him.
For no reason other than he said no. That literally was it.
We did have the big side story though, mate. The big side story that lasted for about 3 minutes, where she thought he was having an affair. So she, guys, it's all over. Marriage is over. Oh, where the fuck am I? I'm in weird candy cane land.
Well, she collapsed. Was it a dream? I don't know.
Mate, I don't know.
Because the screen went pink. Yeah, and she woke up in
candy cane land.
Mrs. Santa.
Yeah, Mrs. Santa.
And she wasn't dressed up as Santa.
I'd ingested something because I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck?
And they were giving out popcorn.
And I was like, Cass, what was in them brownies?
What was that weird like little woman who just started talking?
I just was just, but it's all right because 3 minutes later that side story was over because she come out of candy cane land. She'd had a kid. Or she'd gone into labour. It's all right. They was all happy again.
She was pregnant. They didn't just put that in. She just had a kid.
But he was like...
Son of Satan,
this
son
is the
of
thing,
Santa.
though. He was like the nicest man. Like, he really worked hard, did it for his family. He was doing all this. He had an annoying dad, but he was a nice man. He doted on her. Like, he got in bed and, do you want anything? So she's got no reason to suspect it. Like, he weren't, he never learned anything. This is like, be a nice man and you'll still be accused of having an affair.
Basic.
I have learnt nothing.
There's a couple of scenes. I've got that as one of the weird scenes. That weird pink grotto where they was eating popcorn and the weird little woman. I don't really get that to this day. And there was a weird scene with the legs. Where the two people were standing talking and it kept panning down to their legs and their legs were like dancing and wrapping round, but it didn't match what was going on with the top half of their bodies. I found that quite surreal.
Weird.
It was almost like a scene out of maybe like a Willy Wonka film or something, you know what I mean? Something like surreal. I didn't quite get it. That was bizarre.
No, that was a bit I struggled with this film as well, mate. Yeah.
And yeah, you are right. There was nothing really. We got to see the bloke in prison at the end again, but you know he didn't have a redemption neither, did he?
No,
He was
there was nothing. I genuinely think I cannot find anything positive to say about this film. I really tried. I was like, there's got to be something.
Not even the New Year's Eve party they had at the end when all the people that were supposed to be managing their crisis in their country turned up.
No.
Like the woman from India, her friend and stuff, and the Puerto Rican. And it's weird, they had a house full and they'd done a speech, but only 6 of them turned up for the speech. It's just the 6 main characters.
It was, if it wasn't for pod rules, there was no way I would have got through this.
Well, I was going to try and do you a quiz of scenes from the end of the film to see if you actually did watch it.
Cass will tell you she hates you at the moment. I would stay out of her way. I'd stay out of her way at the minute. But there's nothing. There's no clever writing. There's no message. There's barely a story.
But you can understand why I gave it to you.
Yeah.
You sat at the that genie is shit. Right,
this
that is
Genie
shit.
is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I know,
mate.
But you sat at dinner and said, "Yeah, we actually enjoyed it," you know. And I know that you do sit and watch a lot of films that have got Christmas in the title and get something out of it. This should, with the synopsis that you gave at the start, the made-up one, should have been an actual okay film.
I've got
the drones could have pulled the sleigh instead of the reindeer.
The Drone That Saved Christmas title is the best thing about it. Yeah. I actually think the title works because it is using that sort of contemporary idea of technology, and I can get some semblance of story out of it, and I can write that, and I think, you know what, I'd sit and watch it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like what's the one with Jim Broadbent?
Oh yeah.
The one we watched. I think Tim gave it to us.
Yes. Oh fuck it. What's it called? I can't remember now.
With Rafe Spalding, isn't it?
Yeah. Get Santa or something
like that.
Yeah.
And I can watch them films. I'm watching I just think all the rules go out with a Christmas film as long as there's something fun and something like that. Genie one. I know it's shit. I really can't stand her normally, but I sat and watched it. And there's a bit of redemption at the end, and we're all happy. You get that little warm feeling. I've had a beer. It's all great.
Yeah.
No.
I've got to be honest. This is really not what I expected.
No.
I mean, if I got through it, and I didn't want to have to watch another one, which is why I thought, we've got to do it. Yeah. We've got to talk about it. But yeah, maybe someone will get something out of it. No. The worst thing is they did outtakes.
I know,
and they were even worse.
Yeah.
They didn't have any. I mean, it was just like a person just laughing while they did the lines, and the rest of them just looked at them as though they were pissed off that they'd have to stay there another 2 minutes.
I literally said to Cass, "Please don't tell me there's going to be a stinger on the end."
There could have been thingy for the app that ruined Christmas, or the microchip that ruined Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, clearly there's something wrong with the director.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't even know what to say. Should we score it?
Yeah.
Now I've probably broken the rules, but I couldn't even give it a positive number.
Oh, I was going to ask this question. Genuinely, I was asking this question.
You can't. I don't even think it can be a positive number.
No.
So I've got -5.
Okay. I've literally got -5
Have
if
you?
I'm allowed to do it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Because I had call me a Scrooge, and I was saying if it has to be a hard 0, but if I'm allowed to go minus.
No, I've got -5. Look, -5 out of 100 written down. Yeah. It's possibly one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And even that's, I probably wouldn't have scored it great, even if it was the drones delivering presents or the drones pulling the sleigh. Yeah. You know, I don't really like that thing, but I have to do it at Christmas. This is what the Christmas episode's all about. However, this was just, I really do challenge someone to find a copy of this and watch it.
Well, it's on Amazon Prime. So
is it?
It's on Prime.
Oh, I didn't watch it on Prime.
Yeah.
But is it?
Yeah, it's on Prime.
Oh, watch it. Yeah. Watch it on Prime. Just pay for it. It's actually on Prime.
No, it's on Prime.
Oh, please. Yeah. Anyone, give it a go. Give it a go and try.
Christmas Day, right, when you've got the kids there and you're all sitting around, you've had your dinner, sit there and go, kids, we've got this Christmas film we've all got to watch as a family.
Yeah. Especially if you are an elitist family, then you will certainly get something out of this.
We are here. Gather round, children. We're going to watch The Drone That Saved Christmas.
Yeah.
And look at the joy in all of that. It would be the best Christmas you've ever
had. Please
do.
Oh, I'd love it if someone did. So, you watch anything else?
I've watched a few, mate. I watched The Grinch. I think it's the first time I've ever sat through the whole thing.
Right.
I've seen it all in bits, but sat down and watched the whole thing. Quite enjoyed that. Pretty Woman. She wanted to watch that the other night, feeling sorry for herself, she was. Gremlins. Right. That was when I was feeling sorry for myself. I watched The Hunger Games, a new ballad one with the snakes and stuff.
Right.
I enjoyed probably the first hour and a half, and then the last hour, not for me.
Right, that sounds a long fucker.
Yeah, it was 2 hours, 37 minutes, I think, but it was basically trying to make a hero of a villain in the 3 or 4 films. You've got the villain. And then you kind of watching him to be a villain, knowing they're going to destroy a hero to make sure he's going to be a villain. And I just didn't like it. Didn't like it that much. And then Genie, which turns out, mate, fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I suppose in the scope of things. Yeah. I watched, Jill's had on Harry Potter 1 to 4. Yeah. I think 5 was on when I left. Is there a 5? I don't fucking know. I lost track. We watched Elf. It was good fun. Marvels we watched. It's the new Captain Marvel sort of.
Is this the one everyone's getting on their high horse about that he's finally destroyed the universe?
Yeah, it's shit. Yeah, okay. all their good work, it all ended with Thanos and that.
Just absolutely just saturated it. That's
terrible. I watched Wolf of Wall Street. I said I was going to watch Casino, didn't I? And I did.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Loved it again. Wolf of Wall Street I watched after that. And that's fantastic. Yeah. Absolutely amazing film. I watched Die Hard, Christmas Tradition. Yeah. Jill puts the tree and the decorations up. Yeah. And I watched Die Hard.
Okay.
So that's our
Sounds
tradition.
like a lovely day
It's a good tradition. Yeah. So I did that. That was fun. And then I watched Midsommar.
Hey.
Director's cut.
Hey, I've got it back.
I watched it. And I was a little bit pissed off because it's like 3 hours long, isn't it?
Yeah.
3 hours long.
Best 3 hours of your life.
No, I've seen it before. I don't personally think it added a massive amount, but then it's so long since I watched it before.
That's the thing.
I can't remember.
I think I literally in 2 days watched them both.
Yeah, I think I'd have to watch it side by side. But, it's 3 hours long. I'm not going to. But thanks for lending it to me.
You're welcome, mate.
Muchas gracias.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it back.
Okay, there we go. That's all I've watched. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yes, mate.
This is the next section. This is the section that we have to call Homework. Now, we go. So this is a section where we give each other films that we love and the other one hasn't seen in the hope of uncovering hidden gems. It was you to me. What did you give me?
Gave you a film, mate. It's currently 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb. 2 hours long. It's a 12 billed as a biography drama with a synopsis of, in the 1960s, 2 African-American entrepreneurs hire a working-class white man to pretend to be the head of their business empire while they pose as a janitor and a chauffeur. Starring Anthony Mackie, Samuel L. Jackson, Nicholas Hoult. I've only got a gross figure of this, 1.7 million. 2020's The Banker.
So, yeah, it's a different type of sort of African-American movie.
I thought so.
Than the one that we watched, the Christmas one. So that was good. I enjoyed this one to a point. Yeah. I did enjoy it. I'm not actually a fan of, is it Anthony Mackie?
Yeah.
I'm not a great fan of his.
Are you not?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that that he is one of my sort of like favourite actors who gets given these sort of parts. However, it's probably my favourite performance from him. I know that he's in the superhero films.
Right.
It's probably that I see him most in that, and he doesn't play one of my favourite characters in those. So yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's back to playing a Samuel L. Jackson character. You know, I think that as he gets older, he's playing different roles and getting sort of watered down. It's nice to see him play something where he can play a character that, you know, it fits straight into his wheelhouse. So a wisecracker, and I did like that. The other main character, Nicholas Hoult. So again, not one that I really like. However, we've had some films, I think, with him that are making me think that he's probably a better actor than I thought he was when he started. Was he in that Bones and All? Was it?
No,
Nicholas
that was
Hoult?
Timothy Chalamet.
Was it? Who? What other film?
He was in About a Boy.
Well, that's probably what
Renfield
I don't know.
He was in, obviously.
Right, yeah. There's some films where I'm actually starting to think that he's a bit better. And I can't remember the latest one that I have seen.
Warm Bodies was another one of his, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe it was actually Warm Bodies that we watched recently. I did see that recently, but I liked his performance. I enjoyed his character arc. So it was a weird one. They set him up. You didn't know whether to trust him or not. I liked the fact that he was pretty good at what he did with the remembering and that, you know, the memory stuff. And then they did lead you down the line that they'd screwed him, or sorry, he had screwed them, and then it sort of came back at the end. So I quite liked what they did with that character, whether or not that was true, because it had quite a big bearing on the end of the film.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure whether that bit's true, but you know, they did bring that up and actually put it on the screen, so I can only assume that he did help him out in the end. And I do actually enjoy films about banking and this sort of thing. I don't really understand it, you know. I don't really listen when Gill and that talk about it. Like at dinner the other night, they were talking about accountancy and that, wasn't it? And I sort of switch off then. But if I watch it on screen, and you had what was the other ones that we had that you gave me recently about the Wall Street crash and stuff like that. I enjoy that, and I enjoy hearing all the numbers. So this, with all the interest rates and stuff like that, I quite enjoyed that. That was pretty good. And coupled with the setting and the time and the actual message that it was given, it did make quite a solid film. I'm not quite sure that it sort of went under the radar, did it?
Yeah, I can't even remember where I heard about this from, but it was one of them, it sort of piqued my... I think it was on a YouTube video or something. And they was like top 5 underrated films, and it sort of come out, and I thought, I want to hunt that down. So I went and found it because it was the scene, I think, that was in the video was with when he had sort of bought the first set of apartments, and he was sort of there, and she assumed he was a handyman, and she didn't want him working there, and he was like, I'm your landlord, and then the police turn up, and he's like, I own it.
I mean, it doesn't go as far as to show racial oppression as much as a lot of the films that we watch. You know, it was insinuating it. So, like I say, you had that scene there, and you had the sort of like the bank owners and all that, and the fact that they were having to go undercover and putting him in charge. But it wasn't. It's not like really hardcore, is it? The message is there, but it's not something that
it doesn't really rely on it, does it?
No. So it's an interesting. If anyone sort of really wants to know, if they didn't get it from the synopsis, it's about these guys sort of buying a bank in order to give black businesses and people loans that they weren't able to get to, but then they sort of eventually moved into white neighbourhoods, isn't it? So it's that sort of start of them, the black families becoming more wealthy.
Pioneers, I suppose, of the rise of African Americans, which you've got to give them full credit for having the nuts to do it.
Yeah,
not they should have had to have done it, but just it takes them. But it's like Rosa Parks, I suppose, and it is having that person to stand up and go, "Fuck it, we can do this."
Well, yeah, I mean, it's quite a big thing when you actually see, and you saw the stuff at the end that says, because in the end they end up doing a bit of time in prison. And they could have got away with not going to prison if they just hadn't sort of stood up and said the things that they did in the court about sort of like what they were doing and the racial oppression and stuff. So it did have a big message, and I'm surprised it's something that I've not heard of before. The only probably downside in it, I thought the FBI were a little bit, I don't know if they were like that, but they were a bit like caricatures. You know, if you was expecting of FBI agents, any film that you see from this sort of range, they're exactly like these people, you know. So, but yeah, other than that, I thought it was pretty solid. I hope they didn't Hollywoodize the ending, but the fact that they did sort of show you clips or photographs of the real people, they actually flashed up on screen and told you stuff. I assume that it was true. I mean, it's not going to set the world alight, but for me, I've got a 68. I thought it weren't too bad, you know. Yeah. I think it's quite an important part of history, probably not for hours, but it's a very important. We always enjoy learning about these sort of things, like Black Klansmen and stuff like that, don't we? So, and if you want something that's a little less in your face, but with a great message, then watch that.
Perfect. Nice one. Thanks, mate.
No worries. Me to you for the next time we come on air. I'm giving you a 2023 film directed by Craig Gillespie, starring Paul Dano, Pete Davidson, Vincent D'Onofrio, America Ferrera, Nick Offerman, Seth Rogen, Shailene Woodley, and others. Running time of 104 minutes. Budget of $30 million, taking only $20 million at the box office. I thought it was going to be more than that. 6.9 on IMDb, 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, with a synopsis of David versus Goliath tale about everyday people who flipped the script on Wall Street and got rich by turning GameStop, the video game store, into the world's hottest company. We've discussed it before. I said I enjoyed it. I'm giving you 2023's Dumb Money.
87. Just got such a good cast in it. This is going to be good, isn't it? I've got a feeling it's going to be good.
You know, I enjoyed it. Yeah. I enjoyed it. It's probably, parts of it was probably a little bit sort of slower than I expected. But Paul Dano, he plays a character that you're probably going to like, and I like Seth Rogen in it. Yeah. And I didn't hate Shailene Woodley, so there's a surprise. But there we go. I've watched that.
Got me 16 days off. I'm sure I can squeeze it in somewhere, mate.
Should have given you like Lawrence of Arabia special cut or something, like 6 hours. But next year. Yeah, maybe. Should we do like the end of year thing? You know, it's easy, isn't it? You know, should we do like an end of year somewhere in 2023?
Was.
Yeah, maybe we'd do that rather than trying to pull out a film. I don't think there's an awful lot. There's stuff coming out at the moment that we haven't seen or reviewed, like Killers of the Flower Moon and stuff like that. But maybe we'll just sort of wrap it all up.
Do an easy one.
Yeah, it'd be good. So, mate, where can people contact us on social media?
They can get us on the X-Rooney, mate, which is @movie_drone, or via email on moviedronepodcast@hotmail.com. Please send us some questions over.
Yeah.
I know we've been bad. We've been bad boys. We'll have some coal in our stockings, but we'll wipe our mouths, move on, and we'll be regular next year.
And please watch The Drone That Saved Christmas and
on Christmas Day.
Yeah, get kids around and that, and and have a nice Christmas and New Year's Eve, and we'll be back just after. Sorry, I can't do anything in between, but Some of us have got to work delivering presents on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Or not, looking at bananas. For everybody for their health kick for New Year's Day.
I ain't doing that.
No, I don't think you would. But there we go. Again, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Did you want to say goodbye, Mark?
Goodbye, Mark.
See you later, everybody. Bye.
I was at work, mate. I was at work and I thought, I'm going to do this thing. Do you know where you eat 4 dry crackers? You have to try and do it in under a minute, didn't you?
Yeah.
I got onto the third one and he choked on one of the little plastic black mustaches.
Yeah, I do get it now, yeah.
Yeah, it's all right then.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!